When we started season 2, we basically decided to redo all of the weapons. There needed to be a lot more detail. Then we developed the season 2 Master Chief Assault Rifle. This assault rifle was based mainly on the assault rifle from Halo Infinite. And we decided to make it as close to a real weapon as possible with as many functions as we could do. We have a countdown timer for the amount of rounds that Master Chief has. We've got the selection switch, so we can do single shot, semi-auto and full auto fire. There is a practical torch on the front. We've got muzzle flash, which comes out of the front of the weapon.
Light him up!
This is the Season 1 DMR from Vanek. It's got a really long stock over here, so it was very awkward for him to basically use it. Plus, you had the armor with the chest plate. So it was a really uncomfortable weapon to deal with on set for the actor. A lot of issues we had with the weapons on Season 1 is that they hadn't been fitted to the cast properly. So when the cast had the armor on, sometimes the stock of the weapon was too long, so it was really uncomfortable for them to fire. Then we did the Season 2 weapon, which is like much more comfortable. And this has also got exactly the same functions as the DMR. It's got an airsoft that's built into here. You've got the selector switch, which is single shot, semi-auto and full auto. Got Picatinny rails to put torches on. We changed the shape of the muzzle, so I think it looks much more meatier. And once again, we've basically used different materials to make it more comfortable for the actor to use.
I'm happy to see you.
I've been clearing out the low levels. A few of those cloaked elites snuck in before the barricades went up. I'm almost sick of killing aliens. Almost.
You know, we even put a little detail on the mag so it's easier for them with their gloves on to basically pull out magazines. And we've got also all the rubber parts over here that you've got different textures and materials. And probably my second favorite one is Kai's sniper rifle.
Got it, Chief.
So basically, we've got the barrel machined out of aluminium, so you've got all of this kind of detail in the barrel. Some of these parts are out of aluminium. Once again, you've got your magazine that can be replaced. We've got a practical sight, the cocking of the weapon. So there was a lot more detail put into these. Then we get to the Spartan Magnums, but they're much more user-friendly and more comfortable. And I think they, you know, if you compare the two weapons, Season 1 and Season 2, it's a huge difference. So basically, the grapple shot is a device that is fitted onto the Spartan armor. It's normally fitted onto the forearm. Basically, what it does is it shoots out a hook, which hooks into somewhere, and then basically the Spartans get pulled towards the destination where the hook is.
What the hell is that out there?
On set. You know, on set when Perez is firing, you can get like decent action. Shells getting ejected. So, I mean, it's as close as possible as you can without having a real weapon on set. Then we get to Covenant weapons, towards more of the Infinite designs. So it's all this kind of fine detail that makes it a really good prop. The Covenant Energy Sword hasn't evolved from Season 1. It's basically we basically have a bigger version of this. So we'll have to wait until the end of the show and see if any changes have been done by VFX. As far as props go, this is what we bring to set every day. We've got battery-operated versions, bring a lot of reality into a Covenant weapon other than the thing lighting up. With the Spartan weapons, you can basically make it recoil and you can have muzzle flashes. So that's, for me, is more realistic and kind of more satisfying because you can get it to physically do more. I think also with the game, there's a lot of very good kind of focused language on what Forerunner, where they discover the humanoid creature who's holding a vial which contains the flood.
It's almost human. Don't.
Then we basically 3D print different options And from this, we get so basically on this table, there's a couple of like really important props. Obviously, you can't do Halo. Katana, we see Katana in a Katana projector. So basically, Katana is based in here, and because it's, you know, you can 3D print stuff. If you look at that, which is 3D printed and painted, and you look at that, which is made out of metal, there's a huge difference in quality. Basically, McKee gets hold of this, he crushes the Katana drive.
I thought we were the same.
We are. We both see the future.
Wait.
And then Katana basically escapes from here and gets into the drive as we know it on season 2.
And that thing of your head.
The kind of toolbox detail in here and in the underneath. Then we've got basically snowboarding goggles. He pops the visor up and the visor down.
When my dad comes back, he'll protect us.
He's not coming.
The weapon redesigned it and basically added on muzzle flash and all of these bits and pieces and detail onto this weapon for season 2, for when it's on the back of the Warthog. Basically got a rotary system. This is very closely based on the gate. So if you're sitting on the back of the Warthog, you can basically fire off and it rotates on the vehicle. I'm standing here talking about all these amazing props, but it took a whole team of people to get everything that you see on this table together. And I think that's the most important thing. It's a collaboration with your team and basically everybody's enthusiasm and